And nobody died. Okay, I'm ready to take that big limb down. It's leaning over the house. So I think what I'm going to try to do is put a rope around the top and then run it through the crotch of one of those other limbs, so then I can cut it, and then when it starts to fall, the rope will kind of pull it towards the tree. I don't know if that'll make sense. Let me get a rope up there and I'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, now let me come over here, try to grab it. Oh, fucking sun's right in my face. Okay. I think I'm gonna get my tractor. Yeah. Okay, so that's the setup. I'm gonna cut it right underneath that limb that's kind of poking out right there. And so my hope is, no matter what, it can't come unhooked from the rope. All right, I got my Craftsman electric pole saw, which I've abused the crap out of this thing. It don't owe me nothing. And nobody died. cut it right at that where that big limb hits that crotch. And the reason is I want the part on the bottom to be heavier than the part on the top. Because what could happen if I cut it up close to the rope, that thing could flip around and just slip right out of the rope. So I want it to just fall down. Let me scoot the tractor forward just a hair. Hopefully that'll take some tension off and let that limb relax, because I think I've got so much tension on it that it's pulling it into the cut that I'm making. Yeah, that was it. Oh yeah, there ain't much at all. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna put a little pressure on it, just a hair. Makes sense. Let's see what happens. Now what? Get it to roll around. There we go. Yeah, keep doing that. Keep doing that. I mean, come on. I'm like, making me look like a pro. Oh, that's it. what I wanted accomplished. Nothing hanging over the house now. Let me go get a drink, then we'll clean this up. My man Woodridge Creek talking about a freaking forks. I got a pair of forks right there. That's where they've been sitting. Goes right, all this crap will get burned tomorrow. That pile's already big enough. I don't want to get any bigger. Your load down, load. Your stability, keep you from tipping over. You don't want to be a video. That's what you can't do with forks. And I like starting it down here at one end. To me, it makes it just a lot more controllable. So, you know, it's kind of like a cigar burn instead of like we're not trying to make a bonfire. We just want to. My permit says it controls the burn. The key word there is control. Build up a nice little tinderbox pile down here. I'm trying to think all the dry stuff here. Hopefully some of that drips down in there. That looks a little better. We'll see. We just got to sit here and watch, see what happens, see if it takes off or if it peters out. And the other reason to start it at one end, especially if you got a pile that's been sitting for a while, in case you got animals living in there, rabbits, or, you know, we have a big thing of feral cats that we feed. I don't think they play in here, but lizards, snakes I don't care about, but I don't really have turtles here. But you'll have stuff that'll live in these burn piles, birds like it. So if you start it at one end, it kind of herds them down and gives them a chance to get out. Now you can see that that fire's worked down into that brushy crap I put there with the grapple. And a lot of that diesel that's spilled down to the ground is burning, so. Nah, I think we're doing all right. Okay, I went and put my bucket on. So I'm going to try to push everything back into a pile, and then I'll go put the grapple on and start loading them logs. But the problem is once you get it going, I already had this happen off camera, you get the grapple in there, you might get a burning log stuck in the grapple, and then you're like trying to shake it off and rip them off. You don't want to get in there with the grapple and then be dragging back apart in the brush because you can't shake it off. Now we just sit here and let it burn. Let me see, what time is it? 10:40. So I think we started this around, to look and see what time did I call the burn people. I called them at 8:20. So it's probably another 20 minutes. So probably 8:40 was when we lit it on fire. So it's been 2 hours. Alright, one of the things I'm going to do, I got my blower here to get this thing going. First, got, if you can see them, a bunch of old lawnmower blades. I got them wired together. We're going to go dump those in the coal bed. They're actually really good when you practice welding or just eat pieces of metal. But they're hard and steel, so they're hard, kind of hard to cut, but damn near impossible to do. So I basically have a huge boundary here. I'm going to stick these in here and hopefully soften them up. Dig them out later. Or something like that. Got my tablet out here so I can watch another episode of The Penguin. But first, we are gonna go liven things up. Let's see what we can do. Okay, this is 2:45 in the afternoon, and I've been going around with the leaf blower about every 20 minutes and supercharging it, but it's crazy. Like, you see where that hose is on the farther one? I mean, you can barely, I probably need to move it. You can probably barely, when you're using that leaf blower, I mean, even right there, it feels like your freaking front of your legs are getting sizzled. I mean, that is just a big bed of coals, so that's a ton of heat. So that's where we're at. Okay, I'm back out the next day. It's about 3 in the afternoon, and right there is still hot. Now, I came out here, let's say like at 8:30 at night. I came out here and hosed this thing down, try to put it out, because you're not allowed to have any fire at night. And I'm just paranoid about it. Then I looked out about midnight. Nice, son of a bitch, it's burning right there. And it was on there, the fire was going. So I came out here and I soaked this thing down. You can see it's still wet, and that was from 10 hours ago? No, 3 o'clock, 14 hours ago. And there's still embers in here. I mean, because I've been stirring this around looking for metal. Like, there's a piece of wire right there, and I got all my lawnmower blades out. And I don't know if I said why I put the blades in the fire, but it's just scrap metal. These are old bent blades, but the thing is they're hardened steel. And so hardened steel's hardened, and it's like pretty much impossible to drill through. It's hard to cut. So if you heat them up, you can, I don't know if it's called tempering or annealing, I don't know what it is, but it basically softens the metal. So, but you would be surprised. This thing will sit here and it'll be hot for another day or 2 days. Luckily, it's supposed to rain tonight, so that should help put it out completely. But it's just a heads up, if you're going to do a big burn like this, just be aware that bed of coals will sit there and just burn and burn and burn. And see how it's smoking right there? Thinking that'll come up on the camera. I'm going to have to go put that out, throw some dirt on it, but you got to be careful with this stuff. Have a good perimeter, and let's pay attention to it. So, hope this helps. See ya.